Welcome, 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 everybody. This is Big Baby Ben.
And this is Judas Black, and my host here, always opening up with such energy. And tonight we have the apex, the top of the food chain, back on the show tonight, brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, guys. Thank you for having me back. I love the last
Always.
time we got to sit around and talk. I appreciate setting this up again. I missed you guys.
Absolutely, man. We get to see you at the shows. It's such an honor, and we want to give you a couple minutes here, man, like we do with superstars every time you guys come on the show for us. Just give you a couple minutes to talk about things that's been going on with you and things that's coming up for you if you'd like to.
Awesome. Guys, I am Apex. I am the top of the food chain. If you've not seen me wrestle, I am probably, you know what, not probably. I am the best technical wrestler going right now in the Midwest. There's not many people that are going to be able to even keep up with me in the ring. So that's just a little bit about me. How I got there, if you didn't see the first interview, guys, I was an MMA fighter for 15 years. I wasn't just a normal one. I was one of the top guys in the Midwest at the 145-pound weight class. I used to destroy everybody that was put in front of me. I loved every second of it. Unfortunately, though, I got hit by a semi-truck and then ended the MMA stuff for a little while. And when one door closes, though, the next one opens. And I got to join professional wrestling like I've always wanted to since I was a kid. And well, didn't expect to be as good as I thought. Actually, no, I kind of did. I'm not going to lie to you. I figured I would eventually get to be the arrogant prick that I am and get to be working with some of the top guys around here. Guys, I work for SCW Southland Championship Wrestling. I'm with Midwest Championship Wrestling, MCW. I work for Ego Pro. Last month, I made my AAW live debut.
Wow.
So I'm getting
Real nice.
team out there working with a lot of companies. Some companies still haven't pulled the trigger on old Apex yet. And I'm hoping that pretty soon they will make that change and realize that I am the center of attention. I am the attraction. There is nowhere I have not gone and have not made eyes turn. So
All right.
it's a little
Okay.
bit about me.
No,
All right.
ice turn, and at MCW, the classic Apex chant, Apex gonna kill you.
You know, you hear that chant no matter who I'm in the ring with. I was with NWA's Exodus's Sebastian, big man, way bigger than me, and the crowd was cheering it because they knew that how good I actually am in the ring, and they knew that size didn't mean anything to me. So it was awesome. I got to beat Eric Schultz last month, which we can definitely get into that BS later on. But to hear the crowd say, "You fucked up," was probably one of the greatest chants I've ever heard as he smacked me across my face. So awesome to
Love
hear the
it.
crowd do that.
So I have to ask you, man, because you said we're going to dig into it later on, but I have to ask you now. At this last show, we watched Eric Schultz screw over Matty Ice, the GM.
Yeah.
I really don't think too much of him, so I keep forgetting his name for some reason.
Damien Saint.
Damian Saint screwing over Matty Ice and giving Eric Schultz an opportunity at the MCW World Championship. What is your opinion on that?
I mean, I was watching it and I was in absolute shock. No idea what was going on. But there's the weird thing is Eric Schultz is the MCW heavyweight champion. I beat Eric Schultz. Does that mean I have claim to go after the heavyweight title?
100%.
That's what I want.
100%.
And that is something that I'm hoping to have answered soon.
Yes, absolutely, man, because you've done it. You have beaten Eric Schultz. The man can't win without cheating somehow. And he wants to sit here, he wants to call it wrestling with marks.
Wrestling with marks.
For me, personally, you are a wrestling mark. You are a mark that wants to be a wrestler. So you can't win without cheating. So why did you think you deserved that world title? You didn't deserve it.
It's
Matty
crazy.
Ice worked his
His
ass
only
off.
win. His
Yeah.
only win in MCW was a blindsided attack with his briefcase to a
Yep,
guy
and
that already competed. 2 out of 3 falls. Beat Nick Nolan. Which, did we see a turn? That was a different Nick Nolan than I think we've ever seen before. And there was mutual respect at the end of that show. And it was tainted by Damian Saint and Eric Schultz coming out and screwing over Matty Ice.
Absolutely, absolutely. Couldn't have said that better myself because, Matty Ice, he worked his ass off to get this title. And then just being screwed over, it's just absolute BS. I do have a new chant from MCW. When Nasty Nick comes out, we're going to start calling him Babyface Nick.
Let's see if that starts changing on everywhere else he goes then, because I wonder if that's the new Nick we're going to see from here out. Does he go back to being nasty? Is he now forever a face?
Nice Nick.
Nice Nick.
Good boy. Good Nick.
No. Oh my god! And the thing is, that's what a lot of the fans wanted me to see. A lot when he was champion. When I got there, everybody wanted me to go take that belt from him. So the fact that Matty Ice finally did, and then gets screwed over, it just doesn't sit right with me. So I know something's going to transpire between me, Eric Schultz, and Damian Saint, because I just can't sit back and watch this continue.
All right, you heard that from the Apex. He is prepared to take that world championship from Eric Schultz with the opportunity as soon as it is presented. Why does it say first comment?
Because he wants to make sure that he knew it was the first comment. What's up, Plunkett?
All right. I assume you know him.
And we got Blue Shirt Girl from MCW in the comment section. I don't know if you remember her or not, but she had the infamous stare down with Nasty Nick. She has a direct comment straight towards you.
Oh.
You suck, Apex.
Ow.
Ow.
I mean, I guess not everybody can love me there, but it's pretty close. And Blue Shirt Girl, unfortunately, I don't suck. I'm the only remaining undefeated superstar at MCW. I've not lost a competition. Unfortunately, me and Mercer teamed up 2 months ago, and Matty Ice kicked me across the face when Mercer got distracted. But other than that, I have not lost a singles competition there. So
that right there tells you, with him saying that he has not lost in singles competition at MCW, that right there, that just gives you a stake to the MCW World Championship.
They brought in an NWA superstar to try to take me out. It didn't happen.
Absolutely did not. Absolutely did not. Big Baby?
And, part of, this dominant Apex move repertoire, I do have a clip that I want to bring up real quick, and it is my favorite move from the Apex. It's so dominant, and it wins them so many matches.
Take a look. Oh, broke that guy in half. How many people realize I created this move? No one's ever done this move.
No.
The Ripcord Spear is my baby. We can call it Total Annihilation, the Ripcord Spear, the RC. It does not matter. All that needs to be called is winning.
Top
no
nutrition. Top nutrition.
Nobody's ever kicked out of it, and I don't think anyone's ever gonna.
Beg to differ. All right, so I had to say that. Okay. All right, Big Baby.
So, there's this new trend, and we got over 1,000 views, Apex, and it's called Chop Sessions with Wrestling with Bros. And at the last MCW show, you caught some heat, I guess, from the veterans in the locker room saying you didn't do it hard enough. Would you like to show the clip?
Veterans in the locker room and some that were in other locker rooms with me. But why don't we go ahead and show this clip? I would love to hear what the fans have to say about this, because I got you pretty good on this one.
Yeah.
And I don't know what anyone else was expecting, but I guess I gotta lay it in more. So
All right. Ben wants to take a chop from the apex, top of the food chain.
Ready? Yes, sir. All right.
How'd that feel, big baby?
It was an honor to take the chop from that. It was an honor.
I mean,
You laid that one in
it was
pretty good.
perfect placement, everything. I don't know what anyone else was expecting, but I guess I just got to go in a little harder next time. So,
Guys, if you're wondering what this is, Wrestling with Bros Chop Sessions. Big Baby, you need to change the wording down below. Wrestling with Bros Chop Sessions is something new that the Wrestling with Bros crew is starting when we're at the MCW events. When we're at the MCW events, we will select a superstar of our choice, and see if they're willing to chop us in the chest. Big Baby over here, he's down to take 3 chops. Any wrestler, if you're wondering, he's willing to take 3 chops. Now, my thing is, on the last podcast episode, we had a guest on here named Humac, 398-pound Aztec monster. Big Baby is willing to take a chop from him, and he almost couldn't take yours.
that's a bit. I'm gonna tell you right. I hate getting chopped, and someone knows that how much I hate being chopped. So I usually don't give chops in matches, but when I'm asked, I'm gonna do it. And I had a stare down with Hermac in the back at the tag team match. I'm not afraid of that man, but I can tell you one thing right now: that is going to be one hellacious chop. And Godspeed to you, sir, for that one.
I mean, he had a perfect example at the Plano show when AMB took a chop. Austin Michael Baldridge, the owner of MCW, took a chop square to the chest by Humac after coming off of a hurricane run off the rope, bounced off, got caught, popped back, whop across the chest. Sound like a gunshot going off.
That one had that good handprint across his chest.
Yep.
Okay, that's where that came from. I was focused on my own business that night, but all right, that makes sense.
AMB is used to taking these chops. He's used to taking chops, but this man just dropped. And Big Baby, you're not used to taking chops.
No.
You might want to select a few smaller wrestlers and get a little warmed up before you take a chop from you, Matt.
Here's the piece of advice: you ain't never gonna be ready. You just gotta kind of accept it at that point.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah, you just kind of gotta accept it. But that one, you're like you bent over after I did. That one might bring you all the way down to your knees. That's wrong, man. And when I redo my chop with you to make sure to appease the veteran fans and the veterans that are in the locker room, I can tell you right now, it's probably going to happen the same way. It's going to be. I gotta save face here, man.
I understand. But we got over 1.1K for, Wrestling Bros Chop Session. So can't wait to have you back, and take that 3 bear chops to the chest from you. We got to amp it up. We got to give them what they want.
We'll give them a standard chop, and then I was told I got to give you an overhand. So, and that's gonna feel amazing.
I'm gonna take it. But you move into a couple more moves of the Apex, and this kind of goes back to your MMA background, which is also so dominant. One of the most dominant MMA fighters in the Midwest, period. I've actually been watching your fights, and I'm just like, holy shit. The way you tear people up is just crazy. So
go back
more often than not. Direct shots right in
the fun thing is he got one more after that. I hit the ropes and came running.
Oh man. just the standard kicks there, man. It just looked harsh as hell.
I know you haven't met me, but my name is Apex, and I am the top of the food chain.
So, fun story. That was the first time I ever met Chris Mercer. And the wild card was definitely in the wrong place at the wrong time, because I was dominating that battle royal that night, and it was interesting because that was my introduction to him and me, and I guess I won him over somehow, because then he came out and helped me a couple months later for some weird reason, and next thing you know, we're tagging together in a tournament. So he needed somebody to work with, and I mean, the Apex was available for hire, so why not?
Yeah, Chris Mercer is such a dominant superstar in MCW and just around the circuits where he's been to. Recently, he had a match at the last show with Austin Michael Baldridge, and we've seen just the dominance in the match. AMB tried to apologize. What's your thoughts on that situation between Chris Mercer and AMB?
I mean, they got some heat that goes far before I either joined MCW. I think they were friends at one point. It must have been something, but Mercer blames AMB for something, whether it's his injury or what. And he's not going to stop. It's the one thing I learned with him. He's not going to stop until he gets what he feels is owed to him. And that was a very brutal match. I mean, we watched AMB go through a table. God, when this gets out, if you guys were not there, that was an intense match that you can see. It's two guys that just don't like each other right now. I mean, I'm still a little pissed AMB had to get involved during the tag team tournament when me and Mercer were working together because they had their own issues. But it's just, I went to tag, my partner's gone because he had to come out. So, I'm hoping that they can settle this or don't. I don't know. It's making a good show. So whether they settle it or not, this is great wrestling right now.
Well, and we also seen at the end of the match where AMB was pretty well, beaten down, Chris Mercer standing over AMB, getting prepared to do something else, and Rafael Quintero comes out for the save. And we see a complete stare down between the United States champion and Chris Mercer. Do we think that going forward here, there's a good possibility of seeing Chris Mercer one-on-one against the Diamond in the Rough?
I think, it's got to be what's next. I mean, I understand AMB is Quintero's buddy, but he had no business being there. If I'm anything like Mercer, if Mercer's anything like me, I guarantee he's going to want to settle that score because he didn't get to finish what he had started. What that exactly is, don't know. But I definitely see something going to happen between them in the near future. Quintero's not going to let his buddy just get beaten up like that. And Mercer isn't going to take someone else getting involved in his business lightly. So I think sometime too. I can't think of a better way to piss off AMB more than to beat up his buddy and maybe take his belt. So let's see what that direction goes. That's something I would do. I mean, I would just take out his friend. So Quintero's a great talent, man. He's tough. He's been in the business just a little longer than me. Definitely a different style than me. But man, that guy's making waves. He's everywhere.
He's fast. The dude is fast.
I show up in a locker room, there's Quintero. Like first time there he is. So me and him have shared quite a bit of locker rooms together lately, and the dude is a humble guy and deserves everything he's getting right now, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had him on the show a couple different times. Once was with me and Big Baby, and then another time I did a Facebook one with him myself. And I mean, the guy is just so humble. He asked to come back on the last time because he wanted to have some time on Wrestling with Bros to talk with us. And, Rafael, just like you yourself, anytime is always welcome on the Wrestling with Bros podcast. So, I can't say much more. I mean, he truly is a diamond in the rough. So
Yeah, That's for sure. His body transformation, what he's put in work for the last few years. Guys, if you're not following him, you need to. This is a guy that's making waves. He's young, and he's going to be in this business, and I think he's going to make it up to the top very quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean, we recently heard, he signed with TNA, is what I heard, that he signed with TNA. And he did have a recent match at TNA too, which turned out to be just absolutely amazing. I mean, he looked like he belonged there, that he just fit in, and to where Raphael goes from here is just up, and that fits in
opportunity this early. Not many guys are getting those opportunities this early. I see him at AEW getting big opportunities. He's at TNA getting big opportunities. He's been at Ego Pro getting big opportunities. Not many people can have that claim to that this early in their career. And it's
his trainer, Steve Boz out of CSW, said that literally this guy within like 2 weeks was just flying around the ring once he started his training. And he said Rafael Quintero was literally a sponge. Like, he just saw it and he did it. And he understood exactly what he needed to do to be a top superstar in this business. So, Big Baby?
Another move in the Apex arsenal, and I know your kicking in your MMA career was so dominant, as well as your striking and your ability to take down to the ground and ground and pound. You were just, an all-around fighter. But these kicks of yours, these snap kicks, and are just so nasty. And, bear to weigh in, how much training did it take in the MMA world to the wrestling world to be able to place those kicks?
To feel comfortable enough to do them was probably about 6 months of constantly working and going, because it's different. The bot in MMA, they're positioned a certain way to throw the kick. In wrestling, most stances are more square. So to find that range and find the timing and the position to make sure it's immobilizing them enough to cause damage and allow me to do what I got to do next, it took a while to figure out. It really did. As you said, I throw a lot of power behind those things. There's a lot of snap and a lot of sound behind them when you're at the shows.
Yeah.
And we had a clip sent in by you, and unfortunately I couldn't get them all loaded, which really disappointed me. But this nasty, nasty super kick connection.
Chaos is over. He can be eliminated.
That was Johnny Chaos, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, that was Johnny Chaos. We were working together. It was my first Nick Huffman Battle Royal. We were taking out everybody, working together. We had trained together for a long time. We worked really hard, and we threw some big, I think it was Logan Paul. Logan Steele and stuff. We threw him out, and out of nowhere, he clocks me. And I saw him standing on the outside of the rope. He got tossed over by Freiberg there, and I saw an opportunity, and I had to blast him. And that's by far one of my favorite. I actually lost balance on that kick. He's such a tall kid. I actually lost balance going upwards with it, and you can actually see I kicked him so hard he spit his gum out and then fell to the ground. Like, if you ever look at that clip again, watch something just fly out of his mouth. It was awesome. And then it was down to me and Freiberg in that match, where unfortunately I might have gotten a little too lucky. Wow. Who is this?
Wrestling Bitch 29. That's Big Baby's wife telling him to take a kick from the air.
Your wife is trying to get you like crippled or something. What did you do to this woman? Which, by the way, she is so freaking sweet. I was so happy to meet her at the last show and speak with her. You're a lucky man, and congratulations to you guys on the upcoming events. Like, that is freaking awesome. I have two myself. Yeah, she's trying to get you crippled right now. I don't know why. She's trying to keep you home more often. But yeah, so that was a really cool spot. One of my favorite kicks. I know like everyone overdoes a super kick nowadays. That was a really good moment to make it something my own. And I definitely give them a little different than some of these other guys. As you said, with my background, it's all about the timing and that precision. And I am very well known for that compared to some of the other guys. So,
you know, something I know that you put so much effort into. I see all your promo videos. I follow you very closely. I'm a major fan of yours.
thank you.
Apex Nutrition.
Apex Nutrition. So that is my nutrition store that I own out of Shorewood, Illinois. Apex Nutrition actually came before Apex. I was originally going to go off of something else that I had in mind, and it felt right. Now, both of these things came from Apex Legends, the game. Like, I was a fan at the time, and they inspired me to contact that and the idea of Apex. I am the top of the food chain. There's no higher peak. There is no better place to talk about your supplement, nutrition, and get fitness advice than Apex Nutrition. I will put that up against anybody else on the planet. We don't pressure sale. We have all the top brands. We have stuff that nobody else is looking at, and we bring it in, and our customers love it. I vet people significantly before we bring in brands, and we talk to everybody. I have a great day if you just come in and have a conversation with me or message me on the socials trying to be better. Matt, what can I do? What can we do here? How can I improve this? Is there something I can be taking for this? So we definitely
That's why she wants you to take.
So that's why. Okay. Jeez. Big baby. Sleep with one eye open. I recommend it. But I mean, that's something I've owned the company for 3 years. We have been huge. This is a passion of mine that I've had for a long time. In my 20s, I was a personal trainer almost the entire length of my 20s, alongside doing the MMA and learning how to properly eat, learning how to hold diets and lose weight. I mean, as MMA the best way to lose weight? No, because there's a lot of weight cutting to get to a class. But if you do stuff smart, there's less cut. Unfortunately, I didn't always do stuff smart. So I had heavy cuts sometimes. I think my last fight, I had to cut down from 184 to 150. It was 150 is what I made it to. I was supposed to make 45. Okay. And it's just I was on death's door. I didn't do it right at the end. I misjudged some stuff. And it's the learning process. I use myself as a guinea pig a lot of times for the stuff we bring in for our customers, what I want them to take, how I want to coach people on plans and meal plans and stuff. I'm my own guinea pig, and I see it works. Now, everyone's body is different, so that's why we ask questions to figure out kind of what you're looking for. But we have pre-made meals for everybody in the area. We have supplements. We have an online store that's based on our socials. Unfortunately, isn't Apex Nutrition Subs anymore. But if you go to our main pages, the new online portal is there where you see the products that we carry, the descriptions, and you can get it shipped directly. Or if you're in the area, you can have it pick up at store for no additional cost. You don't have to worry about it if that product will be there when you get the offer. So definitely a lot of stuff there.
So, with my understanding, so do you have like your own storefront, or you're inside of Shorewood Fitness, right?
We are next door to Shorewood Fitness. So Shorewood Fitness owns 2 locations. They have the big side with the gym. They have their smaller side. We rent a space from them on the opposite. So we have our own doorway in. So you don't have to go into the gym to shop at Apex Nutrition, but the members of Shorewood Fitness have easy access directly in without ever stepping outside, as well as our customers can have the ability to sign up for memberships over at Shorewood Fitness on the Apex side. So it's definitely an ecosystem that we have put together, and Vince Robbins is the one that owns Shorewood Fitness. Me and him work very closely together on setting up deals, plans, and he helps out my store when I have to step out for a little bit, and I help him on his side when he's got to step out for a little bit. So Yeah, it's a full ecosystem there for everybody.
Yeah, and you say, Vince Robbins, Coalex, and Mana. I actually watched some of his videos on Facebook when he posts his little informational video things to kind of give people exercise routines and things they can do to better themselves. And I recently did a double set of his stomach exercise, and I tell you, my stomach it was hurting for
That's
about
a
4
burn.
days.
So I do that stuff every day. Me and him, we work out every morning for like 2 to 3 hours. So we're in the gym all day. A lot of times those videos are recorded by me to get going in there. If I'm not in the video, I'm probably recording the video. But we work out every day. It's something that really you got to learn and do. And it's like one of the things that people don't understand in the wrestling business, and it's on the indie stuff too, is the physique matters. The cardio matters. If you are not looking good and you can't last in your matches, this is to all the wrestlers that are trying to come up. You're not going to get picked. You're not going to make it to TV. I've taken a few seminars now where they've told us what they're looking for at TV, what NXT is looking for, what NWA is looking for, what OVW, reality wrestling, all these different promotions that are going across the country. They're looking for real, and they want the physique to match your character. So be in shape if you're going to practice wrestling and start wrestling, guys. It's the biggest advice I can give you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very good advice from the Apex. Considering he says he sits on the top of the food chain, and so he better be taking his own advice.
Oh, I take vitamins, my protein, my creatine every day, brother.
Absolutely, absolutely. Big baby?
So, I know you won't be at this upcoming event, but I believe that you do support it. It is the MCW Toy Drive.
Correct.
MCW, December 7th, 2024, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital Toy Drive donation. Live pro wrestling along with that. Bring an unwrapped toy or gift to donate, accepting toys and gift cards. All donations will be delivered by the MCW wrestlers at Skydive Chicago in Ottawa, Illinois. Guys, you know the address. You got to come check this event out. Tickets for the wrestling shows are $25 for adults, $10 for kids, and then 6 and under is free. Guys, and bring a toy with you. This is going to support a very, very big cause with St. Jude's. These kids, a lot of them won't even make it home for Christmas. Their parents can't afford to buy them Christmas because their child is in the hospital sick. So it is a very good opportunity to make a child happy for Christmas. And also they'll get to meet some really awesome superstars along the way. Apex, what did you have to say about this?
So I haven't talked to anybody about this yet, but I'll say right now, if you guys cannot make it to the show and you definitely wanted to, if something pops up at all that you cannot get to this show, which you really should. I understand that the top of the food chain ain't going to be there, but that doesn't mean there's not a lot of good talent on that show. You're just not getting the best. That's okay. But if you cannot get to the show to drop off the toys for St. Jude's, I am more than happy to have anyone in the Shorewood, Joliet area stop by my store, drop it off. I will make sure these get to Austin and the MCW crew to be able to drop off at St. Jude's. I know he was definitely talking about some of the wrestlers going to actually drop them off after the event. I volunteered instantly when he told me that could be a possibility. I would love, I'll come, fully dressed up and let these kids meet a wrestling superstar while also helping give them some toys for Christmas. Christmas is always tough for me. My son was very sick 4 years ago at Christmas. It's always a tough time of year because it always takes us back to that. But that doesn't mean that we should be feeling sorry for anybody. We want to help all these kids out. These kids deserve this stuff. They're fighting their asses off. A fight's bigger than we'll ever face in our lifetime. So donate, guys. Get to the show. Watch an awesome show. Drop off some toys for these kids. And as I said, if you cannot make it out there, stop by Shorewood Fitness, Apex Nutrition in Shorewood, Illinois. Drop it off there, and I'll make sure the toys get to them.
And, Apex, it's always an honor to work with you. I know we're just live commentary at MCW, but to be able to call your matches with all the impact you bring, man, and then to be able to bring you on the show like this, and you bless us and talk to us with all your knowledge, man. I appreciate you so much, and I can't wait to do our next chop session.
Me too, big baby. It means a lot, guys. I got into this business, as I said, I was just going to see what I had with it. And it spawned into something so much more than I thought of, especially at the age I'm at. And the fans have taken to me. You guys have taken to me. And I just always want to give back anywhere I can. I try to help younger wrestlers and up-and-comers get ready for their matches and get started. Back in July, it was great. I had 2 of my training partners getting their debuts, and I was wrestling Scott Spade, who, me and him have worked together before. Those matches are always called in the ring with him. So I got to help them settle their nerves because I knew what my nerves were like the day I came out. And it was a little easier for me because the crowds I had already competed in MMA in front of. So that made my life a little easier, even though I do have for performance anxiety. And I just want to get back. You guys were great. You guys invited me on the first time. I love hearing and listening to you talk to other wrestlers. So I'm always going to support you guys. And I thank you guys for constantly supporting my career. It means the world to me to have guys like you out there in the world. So.
Absolutely. And I had promised you something earlier, Apex.
Oh, okay.
Recently at a wrestling event known as WrestleTopia 5, I had the opportunity to shine, the opportunity to be able to step in the ring, Judas Black here, to be able to wrestle in a Royal Rumble match. And you cut that very short for me, and I just want to say that I have another side, and he's lost and he's dark. And he doesn't appreciate what you did. So I hope coming here soon, you've got that to deal with.
Well, listen here, Judas. As far as I'm concerned, I was in a ladder match that night that I got screwed out of winning a Call Your Shot bat by my former tag team partner. And you, for some weird reason, decided to pick a fight with me in a battle royal in a ring full of other superstars. So unfortunately, you just picked the wrong one. And now if Judas wants to bring out that other side, I gladly will see it because the light on my side of being the top of the food chain. I've told you, this fist is rated E for everyone. And that includes any creature, anything you can summon against me. So bring it on, buddy.
That was great.
That was great.
Love it.
Instant promo. But, there comes a time in the show, unfortunately, where everyone's got to say their goodbyes. I'm Big Baby Ben.
This is Judas Black. Apex, why don't you go ahead and close yourself out there, brother?
And I'm Apex. I'm top of the food chain. And you can see me next week at AAW on Friday and then SCW Feast or Famine in Shabance, Illinois, where I get to go and finally win my first singles title against Benny Wannabe Boston Bogus.
You got it. And that was Apex, guys. He is looking forward to his match against Benny at SCW. And that was for which championship again, brother?
Genesis Championship.
The
Gotta bring the
SCW Genesis Championship. Absolutely. Yeah. And guys, this has been another amazing episode of Wrestling with Bros. We love you fans. We love you wrestlers.